So, what I'm going to do, this is some students' work here, and what I want to do is start showing you some of these problems, common problems I see people doing, so I figured, you know what, I'm just going to take this one and use this as an example. First thing, the grid is your friend. Okay, I'm going to take this character, I'm going to go here to the front view. And you can see the grid, there's a bit of a thicker line right here. Maybe sometimes if it's a problem, I might go here to grid. Typically I use 210 and 1, and when I hit apply, okay, good. So I can see a bit more of that thicker line there. It's off center, so this is going to cause problems. First thing. Okay, and also make the character stand on the grid. This just drives me crazy. Okay, there. So, next thing. Not using symmetry. Okay, there's something funky going on. You can see parts are different on each side. You can see there's a lot of really square geometry, and also modeling with smooth on. Modeling with smooth on. Smooth is your friend and your enemy. But let's just try and get the symmetry going first here. So let's go back here to the front view. And there's kind of no clear center line that I can see in this. So first thing I do, let's just go in here and chop off some of these faces on the side. Okay, and make sure I don't take too many. Okay, because I'm not sure what's going on here, so I'm just using control and I'm deselecting. Okay, and I'll just hit delete. That's interesting. What the hell's this? Okay, so there's something funky going on. Let's go to object mode. What the hell could that be? So when I grab faces and it won't even let me select them anymore. Let's go to 1. Won't let me go to 1 anymore. And I grab this thing and I hit 1. Won't let me do that. So let's go and undo before I try to delete half those faces. That's interesting. And let's go looking in the hypergraph, see if there's anything funky going on in here. Doesn't show me that anything's highlighted right here, which is interesting. This cube, P-cube shape 1, okay. Okay, this doesn't make sense. So if I go in here and I grab faces, and I try to hit delete, and it does this. Okay, let's try tricking it. I'm just going to do something like, I'm going to grab all the vertices, and I'm going to go ahead and do this thing where I go in and hit detach, so now they're all separate. So if I hit 3, nothing will happen, or it shouldn't really smooth. Okay, and then if I grab it and I go edit mesh, I'm just going to hit merge and accept the default settings. So there's a lot of funky things going on with this. I just want to go and see in wireframe. Do I see anything funny in here? I don't see anything funny right away. Okay, but a good puzzle nonetheless. I'm going to go over to the UV section, not UV, mesh display. And if I hit conform, okay, or I could have hit conform, or another one, set to face also helps out quite a bit. Let's try this again. When I select these faces and I hit delete, there. Okay. So that's interesting. Whatever that was, I've just gotten rid of it. Or so I think. And then there'll be a problem will come up, and I will feeling so clever about myself. And then I'll be wrong. Okay, there we go. Just get rid of that. Okay, so the next thing is this symmetrical issue here. Let's go and hit 4. I might even go here to display polygons. I might put on a border edge so I can see what's going on. And the border edge isn't showing up. This also seems interesting. So I'm not getting a border edge showing up. So when I hit 5, what do I hit 3 and it smooths? And there's something funky going on here when it smooths. Okay, so what we might have had before is we might have had 2 meshes on top of each other. Okay, and that seems to be going on right now. I'm going to hit 1. Now I've welded a bunch of stuff together. I'm going to go into mesh, and I'm going to go into cleanup. And in cleanup, if I go down here and look for lamina faces, and I'm going to hit apply, how it just deselected just now, that indicates that that was a lamina face. I can also look for non-manifold. I've noticed that these two buttons don't like each other. So it did find one piece of non-manifold, or maybe there's more. No, it's just one. So what the hell is the non-manifold? Maybe it's just an inverted face or something? Okay, so it doesn't like this face right here for some reason. What if I delete it? Okay, we can fill it in afterwards. You can also see there's an extra vertice left over from that. I can just delete that out of here. Okay, you can actually see some Ngoni action here and there. Okay, and I might just go ahead and hit merge the center. I can do the same thing with these two here. Try to clean that up. Okay. And let's just delete the history. Just going to see if that's still there, any non-manifold stuff. And what the hell just happened? Just hold on a second. I was looking at the setting window, and when I deleted the history, it does that. This thing's haunted. Okay, so... what if I take this and I make a duplicate? What the hell is this? Okay. And won't let me delete history. So if I go ahead and I delete history, and now suddenly it's letting me do it. Interesting. Okay, let's go back to the front view. And I am going to move the character over slightly. And let's hit 4. And I'm trying to see my border edges, and now you can see that there is a line here. I'm just going to make sure on my tool settings here for my move tool, I'm going to make sure that the... where the freaking hell did they hide this? Move, snap, retain component spacing is off. I'm going to hold down X, so when I'm over here, if I hold down X, it'll snap to the grid. And... that's interesting. This whole thing seems haunted. I feel like I'm walking into a horror movie. What the hell's that? Reset tool. Turn off retain component spacing. Okay, when I hold down X, it's going to... okay, actually, is symmetry on? Symmetry's on. I bet you any money that's the problem. So I'm just going to go in here and hit reset. And when I hit reset, of course, it goes to object. I'm just going to turn it off completely. That might have been the whole thing of when I was duplicating and it was spitting over to the other side. Okay, so let's try this now. If I hold down X, there, that's fixed it. The symmetry. Okay, I'm just going to hold down X and move this into place. And we're almost there. And I'm just going to take that face out of here. Boop. Okay, and so now I've kind of corrected it. There's still problems. Let's hit 5. And that thing should be fixed right there. So let's get out of here. And I'm just going to get my append. Enter. And let's go to the other side here. And these faces here. So if I went and I grabbed this edge, boop, down to say here. Oops, and I forgot I was going to go double click there to there. Double click. There, it gets all the edges in between. And let's just hit extrude, Control E. And when I hold down X, it wants to go the other way. So let's go take a look in the front view. Doesn't seem like it's wanting to move right. So I'm just going to switch to my move tool. And when I hold down X, boop, there we go. Okay. And then, let's hit 5. We're going to go over here. What time are we at? 9.5 minutes. I'll just get my append, and I'm going to do this to here, and hit enter. So, there's the first part. Just getting the character set up so that it can be symmetrical. Okay, and if I go in here to modify freeze transformations, I've frozen it out. And there's nothing extra on here. Okay, great. I'm I might decide to move my pivot point. My pivot point's sitting over here. If I hold down D and V on my keyboard, I can move it and snap it to this line. And as I'm modeling, I have a tendency to prefer using the duplicate special with an instance. The symmetry, it looks like the symmetry is a little bit haunted. Maybe there's some other weird problem in here. Instance, scale -X. When I hit duplicate special, I get one on the other side. Okay, I get a little purple node. Purple node! And I can just move that over here. I just held down Control while I middle-click moved it, so they're close together. Okay, and let's see, what other things do I see? I see some n-gon action here. We also, too, we just see the geometry as overall is kind of messy. It's because modeling with 3 on, things look smoother, but really, they look like this, and it's harder to look at. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right-click, and I'm going to go down here into Paint, and I like the old Sculpt tool. This other stuff up here, I'm not sold. And my old Sculpt tool here, okay, I think I've got in the stroke, I've got reflection on. Here, I just might even just reset it, okay, and I'll make my brush bigger. And it just pushed in here. What I'm really after is I really like this one, Relax. Okay, Relax goes in and starts to relax my geometry. And so you can see all this squiggly stuff going on here is quickly evened out. This might be dangerous showing you this, but there we go. And then I can see some n-gon action in here. N-gons, no, missed. I really hate the new icons. Okay, and I'm just going to go and use the collapse, and that gets rid of that. And what about here? So if I go and I hit G and I collapse that, okay, great. And then that gets rid of those n-gons. There's an n-gon here and an n-gon there. What if I collapse that too? And now those are quads. Okay, and what do I see happening here? I see more n-gon action. And what if I take this one and hit G? That n-gon's gone. N-gon, gone. Okay, and I can see more of them over here. I'm just going to go ahead and get my split polygon tool and I'll split from here to here. That those n-gons are gone. This one here. Okay, and I can see more up there. Actually, that one, if I just go in here and I grab these edges, actually, what if I just grab these faces here? This one, and I use the merge face to center. Boop! There, it's fixed. There's something funny going on here. Let's just go back to the Sculpt tool. And so if I go in here to Paint, Sculpt, and I'll just kind of come in here and see if the stuff starts to move apart. And again, you can see this stuff here I find happens a lot because of the multi-cut tool and the way the multi-cut tool works. So I can collapse that. This one here just doesn't need to be here. It's one of the reasons I don't like the multi-cut tool that much. I like the old poly split tool because of all these freaking n-gons. I get them too. Little tiny n-gons in the corners. Okay, let's go back over here. I saw a lot of n-gons over here, so I'm just going to go ahead and multi-cut tool, and hopefully I'll get these. And for some reason it decided not to take. You bastard! And let's just hope this thing didn't go to the back side here. Okay, and just there. Okay, great. And sometimes if I just hit 3, I can spot problems right in here. Like, I think there's a problem there. What if I hit 1? Well, it doesn't like that triangle much. Okay. The odd triangle isn't a bad thing. Seeing if there's a way I can get it out of here. What if I take this edge and if I go in, Control, where's this one? Spin backwards, whatever, I don't care. I'm just going to hit G a few times. There. I'll take this one, spin that one. And as I spin this thing, I can get rid of... I just deleted it. Now I've got an n-gon here. I guess I didn't have an n-gon. I've got a triangle there. Okay. And so maybe that's what some of the problems were back there. Okay, if I take this triangle... what if I just collapse that? I got a triangle here, and then if I spin this puppy, there, So now I move the triangle down to here. And then this one, I'm just going to delete it. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my split polygon tool. I'm going to split from here to here. And what have I got now? I guess there is one n-gon here. Do I see any others? Just see that one for now. If I want to, I can go up. And what if I went over like that? And so that is, those are quads, or so they appear. Let's just hit 3. See, none of those weird extra funky things. Not the best, but there you go. And there's another one back here. Let's hit 1. 1! And this one here. What if I just collapse that edge? What if I hit 3 again? Okay, what about over here? What is it that it doesn't like over here? Let's hit 1. Okay, just no big open n-gon here. Boop! And there's another n-gon. Come on! There we go. And let's get back to this and take a look. Okay, so now we're starting to clean it up, and you'll see that now when you hit 3, it starts to look better. Okay, some of these things we're getting down here, we're getting all those kind of lumpy n-gons again. Let's hit 1. N-gon triangle. Whenever there's an n-gon in a triangle, that means if you collapse this edge, boom, you get yourself back into quads. Okay. And I could spend a bit more time there, but I'm going to be using the sculpt polygon tool. So just right-click, paint. Where the hell am I? Paint. And use sculpt and relax. And I can slowly kind of... Relax is going to try to keep the shape as best it can and make the geometry even out. Okay? So I can get this kind of funny bum thing going on here. Go down the leg. Get this even. Really, everything's just too square. It's really hard to model with smooth on all the time, I find. I'm not a smooth guy. I kind of put it on. I'll turn it off. Right in here we need more edge loops. Okay, across this way. So maybe I'll get the insert edge loop tool. Pop a loop, pop a loop, pop a loop. And there we go there. And maybe there. Okay. And some of these things need to be cleaned up here. Okay, but what else am I going to do? And let's just take this thing and let's get rid of the history. When I get rid of the history, it goes into smooth mode again. What the freaking hell is that? Okay. Okay, doesn't like that. What are we at? 17 minutes. I'm also just going to take the head and we'll go into the front view. I'll come back to the body in a second because I'm not sure what the hell that is. But again, we're getting some good, we're starting to get good flow around the mouth, but there's no defined center line. Okay, you're losing your center line. And it looks like you kind of got one here in the neck. And I'm just going to get rid of that. And when I do that, this goes funky. Why? Okay. I'm going to pause for... Okay, so I'm back. I was playing with it and somehow I was doing the disconnect or the detach and merge again and it comes back, so it's fixed. When I delete the history, it doesn't go smooth. I'm not sure what that is. There's something really suspicious here with this name, group number, whatever here. If I just go and call this head, I don't know. There's something about the numbers that make me suspicious. There's this other one up here too. I don't know what that is, but the weird name has me suspicious of something there. And let's go into that display again, polygons, and I'm going to go in here and put on a border edge. Boop. So I can see what the hell I'm doing. And I'm just going to grab some of these vertices again. Try and get these border vertices, and I'll just hold down X and snap them to the grid. And for some reason, I guess I reset my tool. So this stupid thing down in here, where is it? I don't like that it's all hidden. It's annoying. Okay. And when I do this, it snaps. I have this... Sometimes when you hit the hotkeys, I hit X, it turns a little button on there and it's stuck on. Okay. And hold down X again. There. And I'm going to have to do some thinking through here. always have a center line. I always find that's the best way to work, is having a line that goes directly through the center, because then it just makes mirroring so much easier. The symmetrical modeling tends to throw that off a little bit. Snapping that in. Or symmetrical modeling, what I'm talking about is when I have the symmetry settings on here, sometimes I find that tends to throw you off to having a line in the center. Okay, and what do we got? I deleted some faces by accident over here, so let's hit 5 so you can see what the hell I'm looking at here, and grab these all the way down to, say, here. And I'll do that little extrude thing again, Control E. Nothing funny is happening. When I do the Control E, I'm just going to grab all the edges. If I hit X, there I can move them over. Some vertices here need to be welded. Merge center, great. And then down here, I left that open on purpose so I can use the append. So there's two different ways to deal with this. Enter. Okay. And this one here, again, the triangle situation is causing some of the weird smoothing issues. There's something weird going on here in the eye. When I hit 3, I get a slightly different result. And what the hell's that? When I hit 1, what does that look like? Took that edge loop there. Okay, pull this back over this way. Maybe smooth that out or something. What have we got up here? There's a weird edge right here. I'm just going to collapse that one. Okay, and let's see what happens when I hit 3 again. Okay. And all through here, there's all sorts of little triangles that aren't getting along. Let's hit 1. I'm going to take this, and if I shift... Crap. I'm just going to hit G and spin that over here. I got triangle, triangle. What if I hit this one to there? I take this one out. And then we got this one. I'm just going to go and spin that. There. And then there's right there. Take that one out. You're just going to move the triangles together, and then you can get rid of them. Here, we've got a few triangles here. And how do I want to get rid of this? What if I spin this one so it's there? Take that one and delete it. Then we got these two here, and if I just get the split polygon tool and I go there, to there, to there, boop. I just right click to finish that off. Delete, delete. And let's take a look what happens when I hit 3. Okay, it's starting to get smoother. Still got a little triangle there. There's still a few here and there that I got to work on, but it's slowly starting to clean up. Things like around the ear, this looks like it's kind of stuck on, and there's a lot of problems in there. Okay, but some of this stuff here, the faces, if I take this, I'm just going to pull it this way. Okay, great. I make this kind of mess here. Let's just delete the history, see if anything funny happens. Nope. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to find that paint, sculpt, and let's make my brush smaller, holding down B. And I can relax this out, and it still seems to want to go back into that shape. Maybe I have to use some smooth action to kind of make this relax, but they just try to make it so the ear doesn't look like it's stuck on the side of the head, kind of like I always call it Shrek ear. Shrek's ears don't look right in my mind. Okay, and again, I could spend some more time working this, but this is getting the character on the right path, and I can go back here and modify, duplicate special, and actually is the pivot point in the right spot? Let's just check, and I think it's in the right spot. No, it's not. It's outside, so if I hold down D and V, and I move it so it's snapped to one of these vertices there, then when I go in here and I do the duplicate special and I can start working on it, and I can see it while it's smooth, and I shouldn't have a problem. Okay, so there we are, setting this character a little bit straighter so that life will be easier, and really start looking at edge flow. And there's more problems in here. I can see an end gone. It's causing grief. And check out, there's a website called Hippydrome that has some nice topology. Also, I've made some videos, and the videos I'm just using cylinders for the body. right? Just snapping together cylinders. Anyway, I'm going to stop here.